Good evening. We are talking about how to make a fresh cup of coffee with an automatic coffee pot for our demonstration speech for Dr. Williamson's class. My name is James Crumsey. I am talking about illustrating all of the components to make a wonderful hot cup of coffee using an automatic coffee pot and all the components needed to make that cup of coffee. First, you've got to have all the components, all the pieces for the coffee. You got your sugar, not needed all of the time. Not everybody likes sugar. Some folks just go black or a little creamer. I choose a little bit of sugar. That's why I got the small box. I'm making sure I'm not going overboard. But in anyway, you need your spoon, you need your coffee cup, you need your box of sugar if you like. You need a can of creamer if you like. And obviously the most important thing is a bag of coffee. I choose Dunkin' Donuts, original blend, thousands of flavors of coffee that you can choose for a nice cup of coffee. This is a regular average $9–10 coffee pot that can be purchased anywhere in most discount stores or retail stores. I particularly bought this one at Walmart, $9, great deal. First, you gotta wake up in the morning with a hankering for a hot cup of coffee to wake you up. And that's what we're gonna show you. So, we start out by taking your coffee pot, running some water. Coffee pot has a number of lines on it for cups. I always make max cups, 5 cups of coffee for one person. What can I say? And you fill it up to the max if you like. I place it there. I give my pot of coffee a little power. I make sure that I've got filters, which is another key component to the elements of the pot, is that you have your coffee filter. Coffee filters go into the coffee container holder. You throw that coffee filter in there. It's down in the container. Sometimes you have extra grounds of coffee left over. Get those off the way. You have your lid. This is the top flips up. Your little coffee container goes into the top of the coffee machine. The water that you put into your pot, you actually pour that into the back of the machine here. There's 2 receptacles where you can pour this water into the machine. As you can see, it's hot. It makes coffee nice and hot in there. I throw that back in there. And if you notice, I haven't put my coffee in here yet. I always like to let my water get extra hot. So now, I take my coffee grounds. If I got a little excess water on the counter, I always like to wipe that up. Keep it nice and clean. Feeling good in the morning. Then, take my coffee, open the bag. Now it's important to measure the proper amount. You don't want to fill your coffee thing up all the way to the top. You'll have a mess. You will overflow, and you won't have proper run through into the coffee pot. So what you do is you want to fill your coffee container about a quarter of the way full with coffee grounds. And you can do this any ways. You can go about emptying it in, as I'm doing here. Fill it approximately a quarter of a way. As you can see, that's a quarter of a way full. And then you drop that back in there to where it fits perfectly. Close the coffee back up. And sit that bad boy right there. Close the top and let the coffee pot begin to do its magic. Now for the sake of for time here, it'll take a few more minutes. It normally takes about 2 to 4 minutes for the whole full pot of coffee to brew. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it about 20 seconds here to brew up, to give you the idea of how this whole thing comes together, and then wrap up from the coffee to the cup to the mouth. So you can see now we're brewing away, nice and hot. And what I'll start to do while it's brewing is preparing my coffee cup. So sometimes I'll get a nice coffee cup. Sometimes I'll have a travel mug that keeps coffee hot. You can use that. I will put a little sugar, just a tablespoon. That's not a lot, see? That's not a lot. Right in there. I will put in my creamer, and I always just eyeball the creamer because I like the creamer taste. That's hazelnut, by the way, if anybody wants hazelnut. And I mix it up a little bit, and I wait for my coffee to brew up. So at any moment, you can take this off the pot and it'll stop brewing. So I figured that's enough right there. So I've got enough to complete my cup. I'll throw that first cup in there, mix it in with everything else, put this back down, let it start to brew, and begin to mix it up. Put my spoon in the sink, clean off my thing, off the counter, and again, begin to enjoy your fresh cup of coffee. Thanks, guys.